tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Texas State Bobcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Sun Devils will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. So the Texas State Bobcats offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Williams.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, he sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, you'll take that completion.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them in.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The Bobcats want to crank the tempo.
And the defense brought the blitz on third down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and he got a fresh set of downs.
Motion from the offense. Leaves it with the back. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man quickly. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bobcats send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. On the move, it's Brown. He's got great speed. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Not in lockstep there with the receiver. And here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on third and long from the 45. Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the...
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that ball.
Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
Good, right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the change for a 1st down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
The give to the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. To the ground with the back. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the 1st quarter.
Got it in the middle, it's Brooks. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Texas State has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to run for it. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it, offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Trying play action. Throws for the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Sun Devils will send out the punt unit. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The Bobcats racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking for a man. It's McLeod. Unloads it downfield. Makes the grab down the left side. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Texas State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation and time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11.
All right, I like the aggressiveness. I want to be aggressive as a play caller when I'm coming out of my own end zone, when I got a little bit of space to throw the football. And you can tell they wanted to be aggressive, wanted to take a shot. Defense was ready, locked them down, but thank goodness we still had a little space left.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Sun Devils will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They'll down this one right at midfield. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, going up top. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Offense has gained momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Wants to throw. It's McLeod. A shot toward the end zone. And the ball is picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination.
Lofts one high and deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Sun Devils line up to punt it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone, David. This drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Comes out throwing on first down. Unleashes one deep. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They're bringing heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Connection to the right. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. He lets it fly. And he makes the catch inside the 10.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The snap sets up the throw. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And listen, QB job number 1. Take care of the football. We got to understand when to give up on plays. We got to understand when we feel people around us and take care of the football. You can't put the ball on the turf continuously. This guy's done it several weeks in a row now, so got to take care of that football.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They go to the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Bobcats decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat San Marcos when that town is buzzing as it is today.
The Bobcats will boot it away to start the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
To the ground. He's got it again.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Give to the fullback. And the Sun Devils pick up the first down.
I tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers. And then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Off the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, looking to pass. And that pass intercepted. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And it's frustrating because you're going to have coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, you've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out first drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
And the Bobcats want to pick up the tempo. Caught in the backfield. It's Wilson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Got him downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Score. Touchdown, Bobcats. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. NC State is piling up the points here today. They've opened up a massive lead in what's shaping up to be the kind of blowout either side will soon forget. They're up by 21 over Louisiana Tech. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll throw it on 1st down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Looking for more room. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Fires to the middle. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Takes a hit as he fires. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
Here they come on 2nd and 10 from the 47 after the incompletion. Got it behind the line. It's Fox. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Texas State. And the beatdown has ensued.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short term. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Oh, man. The quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And a sensational return, and they finally stop him inside the 15.
I'll tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense. The #1 goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him. Try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback.
Touchdown, Texas State. And the punishment has been extended.
Well, they go back to the option play, and now this is the 2nd time, Pollock, this QB has scored running this scheme offensively.
Yeah, and as a defense, you got to understand when you're playing the option, it's responsibility football. I got to stop my assignment. I can't get caught in somebody else's business. You could tell this defense not really ready for this quarterback run game. They better figure it out, or it's going to be a long game.
The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off-play action on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there, almost had it in his grasp.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of it.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, but they've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Finds his tight end. Can't get him to the ground. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They move the tight end all over. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Tackle is made after the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the gun, running back gets to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll try it over the left side. Jukes his way for more. Got enough space. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Arizona State, 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. And the Sun Devils will have it 1st and 10. Fires to the right. What a snag by the defense. Takes it the other way. And he was looking for the pick 6. He'll have to settle for getting it inside the 30.
this is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin. And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out because this wasn't a great day.
They'll keep it on the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called by the defense. 23 seconds left on the clock. The inside handoff. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Nothing like stomping a guy in the teeth when you got him down. They'll try to tack on 3 more. Just drives it between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Throws to the tight end. Fires and picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bobcats. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And after this play, the cake will be baked. He's looking to throw it. He's going up top here late in the game. And the pass goes incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock strikes 0, ball game is over. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I just never saw this team falling into a 3-game losing streak. They are wounded, reeling, and they've had their confidence shaken.
It's been ugly. There's no other way to spin it. This is very ungood, not good. Got to find some way to get this turned around. Got to make more plays. You know, this is something that's frustrating, but